Hey folks, this is Noble Rambler, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Banished. We're using the Colonial Charter mod, version 1.6, the Forge Awakens. And here in our town of Ramblington, we've had a lot of changes lately. And hopefully, after this episode, we can get back into working on on prettifying our government center here and getting more houses built in this area and more businesses at the intersections and kind of getting back to our main new city over here. But in the meantime, now I'm recording this one after editing the last one. It has been a day in between, but while I was editing, I noticed that I was talking about this and talking about this, and the whole last 15 minutes of watching it, I kept yelling at the screen, "Turn on the farms!" You know, when you narrate something, your mind doesn't work the same way as when you're just sitting here quietly playing the game. When you're playing the game, you can put all your concentration on remembering what, the last 5 things you did. When you're narrating, you're busy trying to figure out what you're going to say next, and I just gloss right over. I don't even see that these things have been sitting here waiting. The whole time I was editing, I was watching early spring, late spring, and I'm thinking, oh, please hit pause. But no, we're into early summer, so there's not going to be any planting these guys. So there's no need to rush now. As long as we get it before next early spring, we'll be fine. So let's talk about this episode. We've got to get in... Oh, my numbers were something like around 20 houses, what we're lacking right now. From the nomads, from the doubling up labor on all of the businesses and running out of housing to handle that many people. So I went through and used the paths tool and found all of the houses that are going way too far to be, especially over here. We need at least 4 houses out in this area to alleviate this kind of stuff. So we've got quite a few houses to put in, which means we're going to need stone. So we're either going to need to queue some stone up here soon. Well, we do have close to 500. We probably do have enough. We can not waste the labor on queuing up the stone right now. Of course, we've got wells to put in. Boy, we got wells to put in. Just looking at my notes here, I don't think there's anything that is going to hurt us to get this time going, get the game started. I don't think there's anything that does us any good anymore. We can't get the crops going in those fields over there. So, let's start right here. We've got a trader waiting for us, and he is what do you call this stuff? Materials, I guess it would be considered, for the most part. Lamp oil, let's go ahead and do that. We're still not making any, so we'll go ahead and grab it when we see it. Charcoal, iron ore. How's iron ore doing? Yeah, oh wait a minute. Is it back there? It is not. Yep, I've lost the town hall chart. I'll just grab this guy real quick. He is there. Iron ore. Right there. Plenty. Okay. So there's probably nothing here unless stone shows up. Stone. Alright, silver ore, steel tools. Yeah, we'll go with the stone. And we'll call that done for this one. So 1750. And pottery has filled up. We're at our 100 mark now. So we could just do it with that because it's easy. 250 more. So that would be 6 more. So 66. That didn't work. 100 more. So 70. There we go. So that gives us lamp oil and stone. Trade and dismiss. And hopefully we're not going to need stone anymore. I just did that just in case, with all these houses about to go in. Seeds, I don't remember there being anything else that we've been searching for. Eventually we're going to take an inventory. We're going to get all the seeds. When we get up into this area with another farming community, and for all I know, there'll be another one clear out over here or down over there eventually. We will eventually have every seed planted on this map. So that's a long-term goal. It doesn't have to happen right now. So we're going to dismiss him and get back to our job for the day. Dense Orchard is in. That's going to be oranges. So we can get that one going. There you are. And down to one worker, add one. Yeah, I watched last time as I was doing that. I had a couple of times preemptively added farmers for other fields I was going to be working on next. Then when I got to those, because I was talking, I was forgetting what I was doing. So then I was adding them in then too, and I kept messing up my count. So now that I can see it, I'll go back and watch what I did. Then it's obvious what went wrong, and that will hopefully cue me in the next time. Standard pasture, we are waiting for this guy to cull some sheep. And I know we're going to be losing some animals, and that's fine. When we get up to this area here, we're going to have a whole other animal area as well. So we're not dependent upon there being a certain number of animals in here. The smaller pastures are okay. As long as we have some animals so that we see how the butchers work and see how the smokehouse works and all that kind of stuff. That's really the goal. So quantity is not it. We just want to see how all of it works and how it interplays with each other. Get back to my... Okay, one thing I wanted to make sure to do, we are making sugar right here, what I call the sugary. So let's be sure to have sugar beets planted in here. So I'd say let's go ahead and get these guys going. Sugar beets. And I'm going to do 2 of them. And sugar beets. Take you down to 1. And again, I went ahead and split these fields up again, because this way I know works. The other way seemed a little hit and miss to me. So I want to just get back to what is proven. And we've lost a farmer somewhere. Or didn't I do that to both of these fields? I did. And I still lost my count. Or I didn't add them in. See, you get to talking. You guys ought to try it one day. Just out of fun. Get yourself where you can, in a quiet place and play a game and talk. And you have to talk quite loud too. I can't talk like a normal conversation. I gotta actually boom my voice out here so that this microphone will pick it all up. And it gets to where you can't concentrate. It's kind of a odd experience at first. I'm getting used to it. I've got 200 some videos uploaded now, so it's becoming a little more familiar, but it is still kind of a strange experience to sit here, play a game, and talk to yourself. Alright, so we're sugar, potato, corn, and something that was at the top of the list, I'm guessing, is where we want to go. We probably have no broccoli anywhere right now, so let's go ahead and do that. Throw a farmer in, and we're happy there. Everything is set for labor pickup. No. Alright, this size only works with labor pickup. Otherwise, we'd have to cut our fields back to pretty much a square again. Have to take it back to, like 11 by 11. I was able to get 12 by 12, kind of. Even that's real close to this size. So it must have been the 2-month crops that were working in those, in more like a vanilla banished environment. But the labor pickup does allow you to increase the size of your fields for the same worker. Glassworks and a joiner was killed. No. The joiner was killed by a cave-in. What is a furniture worker doing in a cave? That's kind of odd. For some reason, he was in the mine. Visiting a friend or something. That'll teach him. So, that was that one. Why is there a yield? This guy, yeah, he shouldn't have a yield. Alright, so glassworks are in. That's also on the list. So let's dive over here. So we're going to put in our glassworks down here. And let's duplicate what we're doing up here. We don't need any different quantities. So we've got one person making glass and one person making glassware. And Tell you what, let's switch over the sand to clay in all of these. And we'll leave these glass works up and running for a little bit longer until the sand up in this area starts to be depleted. He was also sand. So now we're making only clay in all of the shore houses up in here. Clay, 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 and clay. And sand out over on this side. Whoa, we got a lot of sand over here. So we may as well just keep them going for a while. Maybe a couple of episodes from now we'll shut these down. So over here, let's get shore houses going. Is there still sand down on this end from long ago? Did it all ever get hauled away? Yeah, we have 7 sand left. Okay. This guy had a bunch of stuff in it. I'm not seeing clay anymore. There is still 16 sand. So sand is basically done. So we need to figure out where the sand is going to be stored. There's a material stockpile right there with a little bit of clay in it. Okay. You are making turtles. Well, from here on out, you are making sand. Sand. And sand. And I'm going to take you guys up to 2. And so there's already 1 here, so let's add in 5 more jobs. Turn you on, turn you on. Alright, and they hate when I do that, don't they? Well, we're slowly finding our jobs. Alright, we'll take down 2 and up 2. There we go. So, we have 6 workers making sand now. You're going to drop off in here. You're going to come over and pick it up. Now, we have these guys available as well. Let's work with just these for the moment, and we'll see how that goes. And then we'll turn these guys on if we need to, and eventually that one. The further the distance, the less efficient it becomes. So it'd be nice to just work right here if we can. So this guy, let's go ahead and turn on what? Let's go with glassware. Yeah, now coal or furnace fuel? Ah, okay. So we still, no matter what we do, there is part of the process that has to be drug across the entire map. How are you doing at drawing in furnace fuel or coal? 8 coal, 10 furnace fuel. You've got no incentive to, and you're mostly full. Okay. What are the various ways to make furnace fuel? Let's think this through logically. Unfortunately, we cannot make it out of logs. That just drives me nuts. So we can make it out of fire bundles. And we are making fire bundles right here. So let's stick a fire bundle to furnace fuel building right here. And that'll be our closest source to make it for these guys. Okay, so we're going to make these out of furnace fuel and glassware. Alright, and there's the other one. Okay, well in that case, let's just go to glass, furnace fuel, and this one will be glassware, because that's the same pattern we have over there, and it'll be so much easier to remember that. So, furnace fuel, and just 1 employee in each, so we'll do that for now. And let's get a furnace. I'm trying to think what that building was called. Stacks burner fuel refinery over here. And I'll put him down low with the idea that we're going to be putting a second bundling shed in here too. So how are we doing for bamboo? Bamboo 500. So we're still making more than this guy can process. A year is bringing in 1,000. Okay. So let's put in a second bundling shed as well. Right there. The other one's facing the other direction. I think I'll do that like that as well. Alright, so bundling shed, and fuel refinery, which Which way is he facing? Let me look at that again. We probably should have them all facing the same direction. They take a path right up, get their stuff, and go right back. They're just going to fill this guy. So, boy, that is a tight little process right there, isn't it? I like that. So, furnace fuel is going to, as well as extra bundles, fire bundles, are all going to be down in this area. So, these houses are going to grab from there as well. Okay. So, what do we got going on here? Do we have 30 of 23? Am I missing something here? He's been sitting here at this for quite some time. In the last episode, and so far, what, 15 or so minutes into this one? 800 mutton. We've been doing it. Alright, let's throw another worker in. I'm really surprised it's taken that long, and there's no road issue here. This is all surrounded by grass. So he's just taking his time. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. They can't do that here. So at the very least, they'd have to do it and then walk all the way up there and drop it off and come all the way back. Now they can just drop off anywhere that they happen to go up to that particular cow and do their job. Okay. And this actually, because this is off, this is from this pasture over here. So this pasture killed a cow and dumped it off over there. Let's look at the history here. 800, we had 800 last time too. Okay. Alrighty. So this is all running right there, which means we need even more houses over here. So is there an order to what I need to be working on? These are working. That's working. We do want to... Yeah, here's a problem. These trees are going to mean that no food can be dropped off there. So we do need to get rid of that. That's the leftovers. And if it follows the same pattern, I can't take that out with the tree tool. Now, I wanted to find out if that was considered a wild food. It is not. Okay. So it's just going to have to be a take out everything. Now, can I go across the past? Yeah, I can. Across the orchard. So we're going to take out everything, including anything that is up against the side of these other pastures too. So we're going to do that as well. I will do that, and I'll do that. Okay. And over here, I think we'll just do that, just because. Okay. So that's that. You are empty. Oh, these other ones haven't been picked up yet. How are our laborers doing? Got 19 laborers. We're in early winter, and they are right now picking up food and hauling it away. Okay. Yeah. Well, as soon as I go to follow one, she won't do it, but they're picking up. So they're going to be fine. We're still hopefully harvesting a little bit of crop over here before... Yeah, you're doing it right there. Okay, you're going to grab these before the frost kills it. This is bean. Okay. So we've got housing to put in. Let's start over at this site. I feel like there's something else I need to be doing right now that I'm jumping the gun. Let me go through my list one more time. I know one thing that needed to get done that we didn't do last time that I said I was going to. Maybe I should do that first before the next disaster happens. In fact, I'm going to hit pause because I think I got a couple of traders stacked up. I want to get wells in over here. Boy, that was spooky when this thing lit on fire. I thought for sure we were going to lose everything right there. So we're purposely building these guys away from each other so that we can, we've got room for things like the conservatory or rose gardens or decorative trees or lawns. I wonder if you can do lawns. I didn't see lawns, but that would be an interesting thing to put in. Though I don't know if that was really done in the colonial times. Did they really have grass lawns? Maybe they did. I don't know. I don't know when the first lawn mowers were invented. the push lawn mowers. We were still using those, probably up until the 60s here, but don't know what was happening in the 1760s. So, wells. Where do we want to put them? I guess that's what I was getting to. I'm saving room for other things in here, so I don't necessarily want to dump a well right there. But it makes sense to get it in close to the market, close to what you really don't want destroyed. So we can well there. I'd say somewhere in this area needs a well. That is the bakery. I would say that's good right there. The bakery doesn't use water for anything, does it? Is there anything else besides the cured leather that has water as an ingredient? You would think that that would be something that's used in more commonly. So well there. So probably something similar. 2 wells over here, like there's 2 wells over here. What do you think? So we got one there and there. So to mirror that, we'd want one there and somewhere near this guy. I guess there. And temporarily, where? Tell you what, something else I meant to do a while back and didn't. I want to throw these roads across. That just seems like the logical place for these to go. And will that go that way? Probably. So we'll do that. We didn't get a chance to finish these because there were obstacles in the way. Same thing here, so we'll run these through. Okay. Doing all that to think about well placement. So we don't have anything yet in this area. So one more well. What can we do with that? Obviously this intersection is not available. Unless we don't wall around the church. Just do these buildings, hedges over here. Well, it seems like this is a major intersection. We should do something, at least decorative, right at the corner itself. It doesn't have to have another arch, which is probably look funny to have arches at every building. But where would a well go over here? Where would one logically go? Would there be a well in the, inside of the grounds? The water source for the mansion here. Let's see, this guy is the courthouse. The well is stone, and that's a stone wall. So it might fit well. That's right. Who was it? I want to think it was Teship Stormbringer. Said, take a look at the military well before you put any more in. Let me see. Let's see, military. Right there. What'd that look like? Military well. Well, that's interesting. It doesn't fit in the town. But that would look good out. That is interesting. Out in the, it won't fit in the city, but it'll fit in the town area. Okay, let's remember that one. That's for the forts. We want to put in our typical one, stone one, for inside the city. But that might look good over in the forest node. But this guy, so the question is, do we put this in here because he's stone? Or do we put it right here because it'll be hidden? I think we're going to hide it. The hedge is a little bit taller. They'll run in there, grab it, and run back out. It'd be the same here. They'd have to run back in, run back out. So that's the same. I think we'll hide this one. There is a well in this area, but it's not blatant. Okay, so wells are done. And so that other well would look good in these areas. We did get wells everywhere out here. Where's the well for this one? Right there. Is there anything that did not get a well? Let's take a second and just look through these real quick. There's one right there. One right there. 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 That's 4. 5. And this one we put in to center both of these areas. If I was going to put another one in just to see it, I think I would go right here. Well, well, well. So let's do that. Now, before I do, what I always forget to check, is there an alternate version of it? There is not. Okay. So let's put the buckets to the road. And centered would be here-ish. So we got 2 spaces between. So we'll turn it around. We'll put it where this tree is. Okay. And that one we'll leave up here so we can see when it hits. Alright. Now why am I paused? Yeah, I don't even notice these things. I was paused because of the traders. Ah, traders. Okay. That's why we're still on only year 68. Traders. And I can let this run while you're running. Okay. So you have brought candles, firewood, coal, furnitures. We'll grab the more lamp oil. Gotta start making that stuff one of these days. Otherwise, I don't see anything else that's really all that necessary. Doing great on stone. So lamp oil, 10 of those, 350. Okay. The pottery wasn't enough to refill, so we know that we're out in the town for pottery, so don't grab any more of that. Let's go to the bottom of the list. The full livery went in. Great. So we're looking at 350. So 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, and 10 more. 2 pub meals. There we go. Trade and dismiss. So we've got the ability to put in some more lamps. That's right, we were going to tear down those 2 lamps. Let's get that started. I didn't want this look. Oh, it bounced from one to the other in between. So I'm going to have to really be watching these guys. Interesting. It's like hitting the F button. It cycles from one to the other every time you place one. So, you will do that. You upgraded. Now, which of these looks do we want? I can't zoom in any closer. I've only seen these in the winter. This looks like there's snow on it, or frost, and you're not going to want that in the summer, but it might be completely black in the summer. So I don't know. Let's come back in the summer and look at these. And you guys tell me what you think should be the standard for the town. And should we have kicked these walls in one more space so that the lamps could be out along the road instead of in the properties? That's something to think about. Okay. I think we are ready to start working on housing, aren't we? You know, I noticed my frame rate is doing really good right now. Wonder what it was with the last couple of episodes where it was just, really jumpy trying to move. So now it's running and I'm moving really easy. So maybe I've got some more. I've got fewer programs running in the background of the computer. So houses out here. I know I need at least 4 more. So let's get to work on that. So housing, there you are. And out here, we've got the ability to do some stone out here now if we want to. So the stone houses versus the town and country houses versus although these do look good out here, they really do. It just seems appropriate. That's right, we're going to put 4 more houses right here, so we keep them out of the footprints of the force nodes. So we'll do that, and let's put in a salt box. or 2. We'll do that. Like so. And we'll put in another wooden house. And we'll change it up a little bit. We'll go ahead and go a stone house. And he can go there. There was a well in here. There's a well right there. Okay. So another stone house. F. That's not F. There's a different looking one. So he can go, yeah, something like that. Okay. So there's our 4 more houses. That should satisfy this area. We'll come back next episode and check on that. I think I'm going to keep a stack of these as I build them. Just so that we can start to evaluate as they pop. So there's the first 4. I know I'm going to want at least 4 more down in here. So how's our sheep doing? 25 of 23. We're getting there. So down in here, actually, there were 4. Now there's another 4. We turn on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more workers. So that is 4 more houses. We're at 8 houses we need somewhere on this side through here. So that's not available. Let's upgrade him. We can get one in over here. And these are salt boxes. I think the country house was looking pretty good out in here, so we can do that. And we'll do that right there. We have a well right here. And we have a well, seems like it was in this corner. Really? That well and that well, that's all we've got. Do you remember any other ones? I think it's it. So I would say the school and the parish house are pretty important. So let's make sure there's a well in this area. We'll go for that corner right there. Any reason to do the... let's go ahead and do that one again. Where is that? Theme sets, fort, this well. Now he takes what? 40 wood and 4 stone versus the 40 stone and maybe 4 wood. So it's kind of the opposite. I guess something like that. That looks okay out here. I think so. So we did 1 house. So next here we'll do that. We're going to do 8 of these. So 1 there. And do I leave an opening? I think I do. Let's get 2 houses in here. And again, I'm not cramming these houses all up against each other. I'm enjoying the space, stretching them out a little bit and give them some room. So we'll do a stone house right there. So 1, 2. So we're at 3 out of 8. Where else would look good? This area's done pretty good. We could get this side of this road into houses. Wells over in this area. That's right. So the well's in the very bottom section here. So we got a well over here, and we've got a river right here. So I think that's fine. Yeah, these will be okay. For that matter, these will be okay too. We did get a well right there. So these guys can draw off the river. I think that will be just fine. And we can put in 4 more ish right there. I want to eliminate this road here. Yeah, let's do that. Well, I'm thinking about kicking it over 1. So let's get rid of this road. Boy, he goes the whole length though, doesn't he? He could jog at this point. Well, we'll deal with that later. So we'll assume that this road is real. And he probably should go back in as dirt now, because we're going to eliminate the trees through here with these houses. Did that work? I don't know. We'll see if that changes eventually, or if I have to tear it out and put it back in. I didn't see it really alter. We would see a difference between here and here, but the shadows kind of make it hard to see that. So let's get 4 more houses in here. These are wood and stone and salt box. They're a mix. Okay, so let's salt box 1. Guess he's got to go right there. And let's country home this one. And let's stone this one. We've got a diagonal road hiding in there. We go straight over here. I feel like we should just run this guy through and not do this diagonal. Let's eliminate that. So this could be quite interesting. Let's take out from this corner. Let's see what we've got. Okay, so let's get rid of that. Alright, we'll have to come back to this one. So this guy, that one, and that one. So 6. We need 2 more houses on this side. We do have a lot of jobs here and a lot of jobs here, so this probably is a good area to be doing this too. So, but I think it is waiting for this road to go away. Alright, so 2 more houses need to go over there. Now this area is where we're going to need the next big chunk of houses. We've added a lot of jobs right here. And a lot here. And of course, by adding all these houses, we're going to need even more food. Now, our food has been doing pretty good, even with the mistake of these 3 crops and without any food coming out of all of this land. So we're still holding in the 40s, so I'm pretty happy. So, but we are adding 20 times potentially 80 more people, so 8,000 more food a year being taken out of the system. So we probably need, I'm thinking, another 3 farms right here to kind of finish off this area, which means we're going to need even more houses over here to handle the extra farms. And eventually, maybe if it works, I'd have to do some calculations. If we end up with 2 farmers in each one of these, and then the quarry and the mine, and the extras to toss into the salt. So yeah, I'm thinking 10 houses through here. And we've been kind of mixing in all different things. And I want to do some renovating in some of these too. Let's randomly renovate 2 of them, so we can get it, pop a few different varieties in here, so we're not all looking the same. Let's get another one of these guys. That one. And too bad there isn't another color. F. Nope, we only get the 1. Darn. Because he does kind of stand out a bit. Yeah, we'll tuck him into the corner there, so this road can go through if it needs to. It doesn't have to be the big 2-lane. So I would say a single lane could head off in that direction. So let's put that in now so it's not forgotten. So we're going to head off like that. And I would say we're going to cross the river. Don't know what's going to be over here. We'll get a little something over here, and that seems like the logical place to shoot across. So that is there. The big house is in. So that's our 3rd tier of housing that's going in. Let's see, houses. Let's grab a country house and put next to him. Right in there. this road should probably shoot through as well. So let's grab that while it's still available. Don't know if that's going to go across, so we'll stop that kind of even with the end of this orchard over here. So that's 2 houses. Next, let's do a stone house. What's interesting, the stone houses, as well as, so this entire group here, well, these 3 will all upgrade. Even the salt box? Let's see, salt box, where are you at? Do we have one out here? I'd be surprised if we don't. Huh. Salt box. He doesn't upgrade. Oh, okay. So the wooden house upgrades to the stone. The stone house does the same upgrade, the country, nice, and fancy, as the country homes do. Nice and fancy. So they're all kind of the same category here until you get to this guy, which goes to a mansion. A manor, mansion, and estate. Okay. So what I was about to say was we could put a stone house in here, although he might look kind of funny next to the mansion over here, and he will upgrade the same as all of these other ones will. The same options are available. I don't think there's a need to shoot a road down through here. I would say this road should go up and connect. So we can get 4 houses in here. Although it seems reasonable that the big house is going to have some grounds next to him. I think there's a potential for a hedge out over here. So I'm going to skip this space. He spent the money for a double lot. That seems reasonable there. So let's put in a stone house over here. Like so. And a salt box over here. A road. At this level here. Like that. So it leaves us room on all sides, and this is going to shoot through and hit that road up there. So we have room for 2 more houses. Country house. And we have traders stacking up again. I have a love-hate relationship with traders, with merchants. You need them, but they sure drive you nuts. Alright, so we got 5 of those done. 5 of our 10. So we'll need 2 more out on that other side. Let's see what these pesky traders want. Unless you have my domesticated animals. And it doesn't look like you do. Okay. So we've got foods. We're at 38,000. So if we grab anything, it's going to be, the base meats. But these seem to be, well, there's chicken, but meats that we can make cuts out of. And I'm not seeing any. Okay. Cream. Is there any milk? No milk. So there's nothing really here that we need that we're going to make things out of. So we'll go ahead and pass on this. Pass on you. This one, building supplier. Mauricia the Hauler. Sand, how are we doing? We shouldn't need to worry about those ever again. I have lost this thing. Trees are grown in. But out of curiosity, where are we on things? We dumped all that clay back in. We're at 1,700. Now, okay, we're at 1,700. Keep that in mind. We'll see what changing all of these to clay is going to do for us over the long haul. So 1,700 for clay, and sand is at almost 2,000. So 2,000 and 1,700. Let's, when we check one more time, probably next episode, let's see if those numbers are in fact going up. I see we're already running out of time on this episode. Let's get a few more houses in. So these guys are all in. And this road goes to here. It doesn't necessarily have to go to there. So let's get 2 more and 2 more. I think that will do us over in this area. So we are the big mansion, or the big one right there, and a country house over here. So let's salt box behind them. Mansion, we'll give him some more room. So we'll salt box down to this road over here. So I see we jumped the gun by 1 space of road right there. We need to fix that. Or we could make that his sidewalk. But that's a lot of space to leave behind. Well, and he's a 4 wide, not a 3 wide, so that's going to look funny. Okay, let's get rid of that while we can. Is that this one or this one? So let's try road removal. And that seems to have worked. Okay, so houses, salt box. Okay, there's our road. Back at that level, and I think about there. And then let's country house again. There. And there. Somewhere in there. Yeah, because that's right. At this point here, we're going to shoot a road up. Okay, so let's get to where we can see these. That one, that one, and that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Stone house. Yeah, I'm not really seeing this stuff anymore. Big house and an extra lot for him. So we're lining up with this, and we're going to come in there and there. Alright, well, when all this builds, we'll go in and see what we did. And either, there it is, we'll add something in between that would make sense if a house isn't going to fit. Alright, so there's 10 there, there's 8, there's 6 there, there's 4 there. So 2 more in this area, and that is all the housing from my list, I believe. 4 in the forest, 4 in the... No, there is one area that I missed. We need 4 more off in here someplace. That was going to be tough. I'm going to leave this one, and we'll see when these build out how many people were living here that work over here that can now live over here, and see what that does to relieve stress. Maybe we won't need to add any. Maybe these guys will come live in town because these guys are no longer living in town, and we'll see how that all balances out. Of course, we want to put in as few houses as possible, because that's going to tax the food even more. But is our road gone here? I should have prioritized it, but I think it is. Okay, if it is, then we need just 2 more houses out here. So let's put in a wooden house. There we go, if that works. Wooden house there. So we have a road. We should eventually want a road right here, I think. So let's not get in the way of the road. So we'll put him there, and another one there. And I think we can call our housing done. That is part of this stack over here. Alright. So 8, 10, and 4. That's a lot of houses. With that, where are we at? Here's a new one? No. We never finished them. And I don't see anything here we have to have, so dismiss him. So the traders are done. Houses are in. Wells are in. Resource depot is a mystery. Glass has been transferred. I think we got our list done. Except for... Nope, we got that one done too. Got the farms going. Alright, I think we can call this done. And unless I've really missed something blatant for next episode, I think we can get back into planning our city. So let's hope that that is the goal for the next episode. This has been Noble Rambler. I thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye, folks.